I'm sorry and I loved you, but what you did is so low and unforgivable.
10 things I learned after being in a 10-year relationship, being engaged for the last 2, planning the whole wedding, having my dress, and calling it all off. Number 1, if he wanted to, he would. Number 2, if he's lying about the small things, he's definitely lying about the big things. Number 3, pick your battles. Not everything deserves an argument. Number 4, if he doesn't post pictures on social media or doesn't like to show you off at all, something is fishy. Number 5, if he hangs out with his friends way too much, let me tell you, that's just not gonna end well. Number 6, if you guys have different lifestyles, it's definitely not gonna work out.
I love how a woman will get into a 10-year marriage and then finally just decide to end the marriage, divorce the guy, whatever the case may be, after she realized that their lives were different. You didn't know this at the beginning. You didn't know any of this information at the start. You just decided to throw away your marriage because you just found out these things. Guys, it is absolutely ridiculous how modern women are incentivized to throw away marriages just because they feel like it.
Number 7, if he doesn't like to talk about his feelings that much, he's definitely holding a lot back. That's a red flag.
Yeah, guys, if a man doesn't communicate his every feeling to you, it's somehow a problem.
Number 8, the moment you stop dating each other, it becomes routine and it's just downhill from there. Number 9, couples therapy may or may not work.
It does not work. Women will take men to couples therapy to try and get them to submit to whatever laundry list of stupid crap he is supposed to do to maintain a relationship that should have been left in the dirt a long time ago. Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So you can already tell today's video is going to be a good one. We, of course, have a message to an ex-boyfriend here, but today's video is courtesy of Manosphere, guys. Don't forget to go and subscribe to his channel. He's a fantastic content creator. He puts the effort of making these videos for us to cringe at together, to enjoy. So make sure that you go and show him some love. But today, guys, we are going to be taking a look at why men are finally walking away from relationships. And today's edition will be women crying over their previous relationships. So let's take a listen. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments as always, guys.
I hope you're happy. I hope you meet someone who completes you.
Cheers.
I hope they hold your hand and they never let you walk roadside of the pavement. I hope you get your dream job. I hope you're successful. I hope you're surrounded by people who love and adore you. I really, really hope you're happy.
Couldn't you just like text him this? Like, you know, you don't have to post this, you know, the intimate parts of your life to TikTok. Ah, yes, the voices.
And then I hope it all comes crashing down. I hope you hurt in the same way that I did. Maybe even some more. God knows you deserve it.
You could make like a fire beat out of this. I feel like if like these could be the someone talking here could be like the ad-libs, you know, she could be in the background. I think that'd make some fire music right there.
Every birthday candle that's blown out, every dandelion I pick, every star in that stupid sky, it's always you. Always. But it's just never me. Is it, love?
When I say that I am fuckable, not lovable, it's not to say I'm only desirable for sex. Believe me, I know my body is not the sort of body boys beg to have sex with. It is to say I do not think I am someone who anyone can truly love. I'm too much work, too difficult, too complex. I can feel myself waiting for him to realise this, to throw in the towel and tell me you're just too much to deal with. And eventually you're going to realise that there's a tiny part of you, a stupid, up part of you that's always going to want them. that part's never going to go away. You're never going to forget about them fully or move on completely. You'll love someone new and there'll still be a part of you waiting for them to come back.
That right there is honestly why so many modern day relationships don't work, by the way. Because you have women who will date dudes who are out of their league, who are not interested in them, who these women, you know, they know these men have a absolute series of red flags, but they chase the guys anyway. They get their heart broken, okay? And then they go into the next relationship and they carry all of that with them. They're still pining for the previous guy. They still want him to come back, and yet they continue to have relationships with men in the future. This is what we call an alpha widow, guys, where women are still attached to men from her past, and it's oftentimes why it's a terrible idea to date women who have an incredibly high body count, because it just ensures that she's never actually going to be attached to you or really care about you because she's still attached to the previous man.
Even though you know that they're not going to. That's really fucked up. That's the fucked up bit about love. I like it when he makes me cry, when he ignores me for days and chooses her body over mine.
Holy hell, they just keep coming.
I adore when he screams at me, spits in my face, clenches fists by my head. I love when he mistreats me.
Come again?
I'll love whatever he gives me. Whatever I'm lucky enough to have.
So these are just a few of the videos she has, and I actually feel sorry for her. And no, I'm not going soft, but I realize that she will never be happy, because she has been alpha widowed. And no matter who she will be with in the future, she will think about this guy. And I'm sorry for the man that has to deal with that.
So this says, you think you can hurt me? The person I was so sure that I was going to spend the rest of my life with decided that he didn't want me anymore, and now I don't think I'll ever want to be with another guy. It has totally destroyed me. This one says, point of view, you just ended your 8-year relationship and you have ADHD. ADHD heightens your emotions, and it feels like I'm going to make it out alive. You know, not, shall we say. It says, here's me trying to take care of myself and processing getting my heart broken. Says, when you stop liking him because your friend has feelings for him too, and she forgot the extra O on the word too here. This is something interesting that you'll see a lot of women talk about, is when they get into relationships with men, their friends oftentimes try and take their man, okay? Because women will perceive the guy that she's with as more valuable because he could attract the initial woman to begin with. You guys have probably all heard this by now, but women are attracted to men who have other women. This is why a lot of the times women will try and steal each other's boyfriends and be incredibly shocked when, you know, when they break up and her friend will get with him immediately after.
That's the big problem. All of you have feelings for Chad.
I wish everyone understood that breaking up with a narcissist isn't just a normal breakup. You don't go through the normal breakup routine. You don't just get over it in, you know, a couple weeks, or you move on to someone else and it's finally all over and your feelings are out of your mind, disappear. With a narcissist, you have trauma that you have to get over. You have pieces of that relationship that sit with you potentially for life because they affected you so much, because they broke you down so much that you're reactive to everything. They groomed you into the person that you are now. And you learned all these things subconsciously because they programmed you to be a certain way so they could control you. And it's like, How do you actually move on from that? You have to unlearn everything that they taught you or trained you to do or believe or whatever it is. And it doesn't just happen like that.
The word narcissist gets thrown around. It's kind of like toxic masculinity or the patriarchy. Women who say this word, it's just one of the biggest red flags you could possibly hear. I know plenty of guys who are absolutely lovely, who wouldn't hurt a fly, who have had relationships with women who after the fact will go ahead and call him a narcissist, go ahead and call him, you know, different kinds of ugly words under the sun. Me sitting here knowing full well that these men are not narcissists, that they're very kind-hearted people, warm, loving individuals, and yet you have girls who'll be like, well, he's a narcissist. The problem is, the word narcissist has been used so many times, it has been overused by women to the point where I don't even listen anymore, guys. I really don't. When they say their previous boyfriend was a narcissist and he was terrible, until they show me proof, I don't care. I'll treat it, it's innocent until proven guilty as far as I am concerned. And also these things where she goes, well, I changed myself. This is what women do when they like a man. They change themselves to try and appease him, to try and make him happy, to try and fit the image that she thinks that he will like. This is what girls do when they fall head over heels for a dude. Girls will like change everything. They'll start listening to the music you start listening to. You know, they'll start trying to steal your clothes. They'll want to spend all their time with you. This is what girls do when they're, you know, when they're attached to you. They'll start to do this kind of crap. Like this girl's, I don't believe when women get on camera and say stuff like this, guys, I don't believe it anymore. I don't sit here and go, you know, oh, well, he's a terrible person, obviously. No, it's innocent until proven guilty. I've seen dudes go through divorces, lose absolutely everything just because the woman felt like leaving, even though the guy's absolutely lovely, and she walks away calling him a narcissist. So, no, thank you. I don't think I'll be believing this.
However long you were with them, however long you were like that, it takes time to get over that.
Okay, ma'am, I understand you need time. But why were you in a relationship with him in the first place? Where is the accountability for that? Why do people always blame others for their bad decisions in life?
There is no accountability. I totally agree with Manosphere here, guys. And this is the other plot hole, I guess you could call it, is if the man is such a narcissist and he's such a terrible person, number one, why were you there in the beginning? Number two, why did you stay? I don't know if you guys have ever asked a lot of these girls about their, like, if you sit down and you talk with a lot of these women about their relationship, you know, histories and stuff like that, you don't be judgmental or anything like that. You just ask to learn, okay? You say to these women, you know, what have your previous relationships been like? They'll tell you, right? If you sit there and you don't judge them, they'll tell you everything you need to know, guys. They'll go, oh, well, my previous boyfriends were all terrible, blah, blah, blah. And then you'll ask them, okay, so how long were you with this terrible man? Oh, you know, 3 years, 4 years, a long period of time. It's like, okay, if your previous partners have been so awful, why did you stay with them in the first place? It never makes any sense, man.
The audacity of men will always blow my mind. Like, legitimately, me and my boyfriend went to church, and we sit down, and immediately there's a girl beside us. He puts his arm around her, and they kiss. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Clearly, I make a scene, and I'm like, hell no. You're literally cheating on me right in front of my face. If we're talking about building a future together, how are you going to cheat on me right in front of my face? And he was like, well, obviously, I'm just telling you what you want to hear, so you stick around. Like, I don't know. So as I'm crying and trying to understand what is going on, she gives me her phone. I'm trying to like call my parents, and then I wake up and this man is sleeping right beside me peacefully. Are you actually kidding? I just went through a full crisis in my sleep and you're just laying there like it didn't even happen? Okay. So yeah, it was a dream, but I was like, you have to be extra nice to me today because I can't handle this emotional turmoil.
Yeah, guys, you heard it right. She had a dream of him cheating, and now he has to be extra careful around her because she is emotional. The funny part is that even in her dreams, her subconscious knows that, yeah, I just told you what you needed to hear, so you will stick around. So they know men do this, but they still ignore it. But they don't ignore a dream. It's just a dream. I swear, logic goes out the window with women.
I could appreciate a video like this. I could laugh it off, you know. if it was like a skit. But I don't believe a lot of the times when girls make videos like this, like it's a skit to get a reaction. I actually do think that a lot of girls will punish their man for crap that just goes on inside their head. And I don't think men should be staying in relationships like this. You know, and notice how, by the way, guys, it's all like, oh, I'm a strong and independent woman. I can, you know, I can support myself. I can care for myself. But all of a sudden, when a nasty dream comes along, for some reason, the man has to pay for it. That's absolute insanity.
I'm sorry and I loved you, but what you did is so low and unforgivable.
10 things I learned after being in a 10-year relationship, being engaged for the last 2, planning the whole wedding, having my dress, and calling it all off. Number 1, if he wanted to, he would. Number 2, if...
Yeah, I've got to pause it here. I'm just going to rub my temple because I'm getting a little bit of a headache before we jump into this video. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So she says, 10 things I learned after ending a 10-year relationship. I don't understand how these individuals get 10 years into a relationship and they're like, wow, man, all of these things were wrong. If they were so wrong, why did you have a 10-year relationship in the first place? You know, like, why would you go through 10 years about to get married and then you call it all off? It's crazy to me. And then they get on TikTok and they list out all of the things that were terrible with their relationship. It's like, it really is headache inducing.
If he's lying about the small things, he's definitely lying about the big things. Number 3, pick your battles. Not everything deserves an argument. Number 4, if he doesn't post pictures on social media or doesn't like to show you off at all, something is fishy. Number 5, if he hangs out with his friends way too much, let me tell you, that's just not going to end well.
Yeah, guys, if a man spends too much time with his friends, if he doesn't post his woman to social media, these are, you know, cataclysmic event grade transgressions that he is doing. You ever consider the fact that maybe he just doesn't want to post you to social media, maybe he's not active on social media, and maybe he just wants to spend time with his friends? Like, these are the first types of women who will sit here and talk about, oh, he's controlling, he's terrible. But if a man spends too much time with his friends, it's like some gargantuan red flag that she needs to avoid. Maybe guys just like to have friends and hang out. I don't know. Could just be looking into it too much.
Number 6, if you guys have different lifestyles, it's definitely not going to work out.
You would think that this is something that you would know at the She literally just goes, if you have different lifestyles, it's not going to work out. How do you get 10 years into a relationship and then realize that you two have different lifestyles? I don't know about you guys, okay? But when you meet someone for the first time, you know, you shake their hand, you say, hey, you know, my name's such and such, whatever. You meet someone for the first time, you can already tell if someone has a different lifestyle than you. Like, am I going insane here, guys? This is something that doesn't take 10 years. Hell, you can look at people and go, oh, you know, like, you can tell if someone's a surfer, you know, they're like a cycler or they're more of a homebody or whatever. You can tell people's lifestyles generally very quickly. It doesn't take 10 years for you to find out what type of man you're dating. Jeez.
Number 7, if he doesn't like to talk about his feelings that much, he's definitely holding a lot back. That's a red flag.
I don't think women understand this, by the way, but the reason why a lot of guys don't share their feelings with women in particular is because women will oftentimes weaponize men's feelings against them. I would argue, okay, that this relationship, if this man opened up with you some more, he shared with you his feelings, those feelings that he shared with you in private would probably, like the rest of his relationship right now, be aired out on TikTok. It's probably a good thing that he didn't share those things. I love how society and, you know, you got all these dating gurus and all these people like this woman here who are saying, you know, just go out there and show your emotions or else it's a bad thing. But yet they're the first ones to punish you if you go ahead and do it.
Number 8, the moment you stop dating each other, it becomes routine and it's just downhill from there. Number 9, couples therapy may or may not work. And number 10, you always have to...
Let's assume everything she said is true. Why do you need 10 years to realize that a man is not good for you?
Exactly.
Now you are 30 something and you wasted 10 years of your life. For what? So you can make a TikTok and tell everybody what you learned? Was that worth it?
I really don't think she learned a whole lot, but that's just me.
Here's how to get the over a situationship, or should I say shit. Step 1, accept it.
Holy.
Hate to break it to you, but you never actually dated this person. You idealized them. You thought about what your first name would sound like with their last name. Oh, come on, like you haven't done that too. You waited around hoping it would turn into something. But this isn't the metaverse, bitch. This is your reality. If they wanted to date you, they would have by now. Step 2, don't respond. They made their choice, and as far as I'm concerned, this isn't a bakery, so no, they can't have their cake and eat it too. Do not engage with them when they text you on Saturday night telling you how much they missed you. Step 3, I want you to make a list. I want you to be honest with yourself and write down all the reasons they were a no. Because as much as you were convincing your friends how much they like you and how perfect they were, they actually weren't.
I can't possibly imagine why a man would not want a relationship with this woman. Guys, when I started this TikTok, I don't know about you, but I feel like a little bit concerned almost. You know, women will make videos saying that, oh, men are intimidated by me and that's why that's why I'm single. I'm a little bit intimidated, guys. This woman is absolutely terrifying. Holy hell.
How do I know this? Because they gave up the opportunity to date you. And honestly, I feel bad for them. So when you start to spiral, you go back to this list and you remember why this was not your person. And one day it's gonna go in your memoir. Step 4, only give yourself 24 hours to spiral. Okay? Let those emotions out. And please, refrain from saying shit like, I'm not good enough. I'm gonna be single forever. Get a fucking grip. Their lack of commitment was not a measurement of your self-worth. Just because this person didn't like you enough to date you doesn't mean you aren't a fucking prize. And remember,
let that sink in, guys. So this woman's logic, right, is like, yeah, this guy didn't want to date me, but it doesn't reflect on my personality at all. You know, and by the way, like, she's not a bad looking woman, even though I'm pretty sure she's like 30 plus years of age, whatever. But it's not as though she couldn't land a high quality man. She's just insane. You know, she's just absolutely insane.
date you doesn't mean you aren't a fucking prize. And remember, prizes don't chase winners. Which leads me to step 6. You don't see yourself as a prize, then you gotta get to work, bitch. The saddest thing about this situation shit was that you were willing to settle for a half-assed relationship because deep down you don't think you deserve better. You are worthy of a fuck yes. It's time for you to date yourself. Delete the fucking apps, look at the fucking mirror, and start.
Okay, I'm gonna mute this woman. She's gonna get me banned. Holy, what exactly is this, man? You know, and I could understand, like, if these videos are satire, okay, she's just making a skit, but I don't think this is a skit. I think she's, you know, got a high level of seriousness in here. And I think that training women to be entitled is probably a very bad way to go. Like, guys, notice how I don't jump on these videos and go, yeah, man, every dude's deserving of a supermodel. You need to go out here and think that everybody owes you something. No, that's just called being an idiot. Man, we're gonna leave today's video there. That's something right there. Guys, make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. What do you think of some of these videos that we have covered here today? If you guys have any experiences that you'd like to share, or any particular videos that you'd like to reference and have a bit of a comment about, feel free to do so. That is what the comments box is for. And as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.